want to shout out to Rumor Has It, Music, News, and Gossip.
Yeah, you got it.
But you heard from me. Holla.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shyne. Happy birthday to you.
Hello and welcome back to Rumor Has It, Music, News, and Gossip. But you heard it from me. Shyne tried to tell people about Sean Diddy Combs for years. People are finally listening. Moses Shyne Barrow went from being a rapper to a politician in his native Belize, whereas an elected representative, he is referred to as honorable. Everything I've been through has conditioned and prepared me and molded me into where I'm at presently. But where I'm at is where I wanted to be, Barrow said. I made the choice at 18 years old to say that I wasn't going to be dishonorable and I wasn't going to get my friends in trouble to get myself out of trouble. Barrow, now 46, made the comment in reference to how he conducted himself in a case that has forever tied him to Sean Diddy Combs. In 1999, the then up-and-coming recording artist was signed to Combs' Bad Boy Records. Barrow was part of the producer's entourage at a New York City nightclub along with Combs' then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez when the evening ended in a hail of gunfire. 3 people were wounded. Barrow, Combs, and bodyguard Anthony Jones were tried in the shooting in 2001. Combs and Jones were acquitted, while Barrow was convicted on assault and firearm possession charges. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison and deported to his native Belize following his release in 2009. Barrow blames Combs in part for what befell him. You know, there are so many things that I said so long ago about Diddy. Nobody would listen. Nobody would believe. And it makes the wounds that I've, by the grace of God, been able to heal and accomplishments that I've been able to achieve even much more significant. Barrow's life is the subject of a new Hulu documentary, The Honorable Shyne. The project was well underway prior to Combs being named in multiple civil lawsuits, as well as pleading not guilty to federal charges of sex trafficking and other allegations. Barrow doesn't think Combs' current legal issues overshadow the message of resilience he hopes people take away from his film, and underscores the message. It really magnifies the message. It really brings everything that I've been saying more into sharper focus. He said the documentary traces Barrow's journey from his childhood in Belize to the teen trying to break into the rap game after moving to New York to live with his mother in search of a better life. He honed his craft and ultimately caught the attention of Combs, who signed him in 1998. I was only in his orbit for about a year. I got signed in 98, spent most of that time not really interacting with him. Combs, being a young millionaire, is not an easy transition, so I was just blowing money fast. As I guess the song goes, he said the beginning of 99 was when I really started interacting with him. I got engaged in his mentorship and this apprenticeship, and then by the end of the year the situation with Club New York happened, and that was it. Barrow said it would be more than 20 years before he and Combs would reconnect. The former rapper told CNN he was not privy to the events that have led to the recent criminal charges and civil allegations against Combs. I didn't have the opportunity to engage with him to see any of those things, and when I didn't engage with him, I didn't see any of those things, Barrow said. However, what he did to me as far as calling witnesses to testify against me, despite us pleading with him not to do that, anyone that would send someone to jail deliberately is a monster. Representatives for Combs told CNN in a statement Mr. Combs categorically denies Mr. Barrow's allegations, including any suggestions that he orchestrated Mr. Barrow to take the fall or sacrificed him by directing witnesses to testify against him. These claims are unequivocally false. Mr. Combs was acquitted of all charges related to the 1999 Club New York incident and has consistently maintained his innocence. He cannot accept or condone any characterization of his actions as demonic or malicious. The statement reads, Mr. Combs appreciates the path Mr. Barrow has pursued and wishes him continued success. It is unfortunate that Mr. Barrow has chosen to revisit these allegations. Mr. Combs trusts that responsible journalism will weigh both the established legal outcomes and Mr. Combs' positive, long-lasting support for those he has worked with. Now serving as an opposition leader of the House of Representatives in Belize, Barrow sees it as part of the progression of his life. His message today is one of hope, including his desire for the world to discover the beauty and vibrance of Belize. I've healed and I've forgiven. I've gotten over it, Barrow said of Combs. As for what comes next for his former mentor, that's what a judge and the jury will decide.
When I was 19 years old, I was defending myself. The real criminals are those in suit and tie.
You have to hold my hand. You don't have to do nothing, but don't try to hurt me. This woman was the most damaging witness of any witness. She was worse than the prosecution's witness, right, which destroyed me because the prosecution is saying I'm this belligerent, reckless, okay, corralled fella, and then my co-defendant is saying the same thing. That was it.
Hey, how you doing? So, here today about this latest lawsuit with the P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever you want to call him, lawsuit that has come out involving the producer Little Rod. So basically his last two lawsuits, or last two major lawsuits, the one with Cassie, she made mention that Puffy made her carry his into nightclubs and wherever they went. And he threatened her to make her feel like she had to do so. And while there were lots of things of importance, that stood out to me. And I'm going to tell you why. In this lawsuit with the producer Little Rod, they were both SA'd by him and threatened and physically harmed. But in this lawsuit, he appears to be a very young producer to me. But he said something very specific. As a means of threatening him, Puffy said, that's why I shot up the club in New York back in 1999 and let Shyne take the fall for it. Let me tell you why that's of utmost importance to me. Because I am the woman who he shot in the face in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York shooting. I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery to take the bullet, I got shot in my face with a 9 millimeter hollow point bullet called a cop killer. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got pow-powed in the face. I watched him fire the gun. I've said it all this time. Even the surgeon who did my surgery to take out part of the bullet fragments that was aspirating into my lungs and try to remove as many bullet fragments as possible, testified in the criminal trial that while they were putting me under, I was screaming, Puffy, pew pew me in the face. He testified in the criminal trial. It is in the record. They all knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. But he paid off the club bouncer named Sharice and all these other people and the club owners with their video to hide the video. That's his MO. I told everybody that. This man almost took my life, has traumatized my life, has caused undue harm, irreparable damage to my life, lied his behind off. I've had all these youngins on the internet harassing me, swearing that I'm making it up that he did it. And look what he did to Little Rod. He threatened him. Oh, you don't think I bust my gun? I shot up the club in Club New York and let Shyne take the fall for it. I shot them people. Well, it only took 24 whole years for it to come out. You see this tattoo? This commemorates me getting shot. It took 24 years for him to come out and say it. I've been saying it all along, but y'all pick and choose who y'all want to believe. Oh, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Not only did he pew me in the face, he also set off a course of harassment against me for the past 24 years. When I tell you the things I went through, there was a time in 2017 and 2018 where I got 7 flats on my BMW. 7, the same tire, in a 2-year span. 7 on the same tire, and they were all new. Every time it happened, I had to get a new tire. I have the pictures to prove it. Harassing me. You want to know why? Because prior to Cassie, I was the only person to be victimized by him and then to successfully sue him and get paid. And he had to pay me out of his pocket. He has never gotten over that. Oh, baby. You see this RICO charge that's about to come? This conspiring and peering up the club and ruining or attempting to ruin my life? As God is my witness, I will not stop until you suffer every single iota of punishment, until I have every second of recompense that you took from me. For every tear that I had to cry, or my children had to cry, I am going to get $1 million back from you. I will not stop until you pay the price for what you did to my life. And for all you people out there on the internet and in cyberspace and in the far reaches of my life or the perimeters or wherever who always like, oh, she just saying that to get some. Hell, what you got to say now? What you got to say now? I had some youngins on the internet that ain't even old enough, that weren't even alive when it happened, arguing me down, cussing me out, calling me everything but a child of God. Go check Instagram, it's there. Harassing my life. Harassing me. Oh, you lying, he didn't do that to you. You just want clout. You just chasing clout. What is that to chase clout about? How is that clout chase worthy? It doesn't even make sense. Well, I guess it will make sense in this new generation. But you better believe I will have my say. I will have my say. Hashtag having my say.
It's not a matter of, turning your back on me. Like, how do you call a witness to testify against your comrade? If I'm telling you that she's lying, and you saying, hey, she helping me, but I'm facing 25 years, and you looking at probation. Yeah, those are the things that, you understand, are unacceptable. You don't have to hold my hand. You don't have to do nothing, but don't try to hurt me.
What continues to haunt Shyne to this day is that Myers wasn't called by the prosecution, but rather by his co-defendant's legal team. In his eyes, a move that doomed his own defense.
This woman was the most damaging witness of any witness. She was worse than the prosecution's witness. Right. Which destroyed me, because the prosecution is saying I'm this belligerent, reckless, okay, corralled fella. And then my co-defendant is saying the same thing. That was it.
When you hear, the victim saying that it was Diddy that shot her, that is what is the most remarkable. Oh, you didn't see that? Okay. And that was triggered by a lawsuit from a producer that produced on the Love album, who is making accusations, and in those accusations he says that the gentleman confessed to the shooting. And that is what stands out to me the most, because I've done my best to put it behind me and to move forward. And so But it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy. But my political enemies and, detractors tried to make me into, this criminal. But everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fall. Everyone knew that. That was the story. I'm just saying that I maintained my innocence all this time. I said I was defending myself. I didn't get into who did what. But the victim is telling you who did what. And another, I understand that there are other witnesses.
Is she accurate, sir?
I'm not going to get into that. But it does open wounds. And certainly I am relieved that people are saying what the truth is. That, I did not shoot those people. I maintain that I never shoot nobody. That there were other guns there. I always said that. That has not changed. And that is the testimony that came out. Fragments were never removed. So there was never any forensic testing to say who it was. But the victims are vindicating me. Witnesses are vindicating me. But I have moved on. I'm not trying to relive that. And so I am appreciative of whatever contributions Diddy has made to help the people of Belize. I wish him well. I pray for him, and I pray for the alleged victims. And if it is true, may justice be served. If it is not, it's a tragedy, because a global icon would have been destroyed.
Let me just say something about Shyne too, because I said on my TikTok, Shyne did not shoot me because he didn't. Shyne is a con artist. Let me just put that right out here now. Everybody's like, oh, we know Shyne was innocent. No, you don't know a daggone thing, because he's far from innocent. So while these people are like, oh, she just want money, you don't have a clue. Shyne said vehemently on the Combat Jack podcast, and I have a clip I will send to you. He said, Natanya Rubin is my friend. I'm sorry she got hit. It was foul because we used to go to the studio with her and everything was everything. She my friend. So we don't know if my gun hit her with the ricochet because it was 4 guns in the club. We don't know. But I'm sorry it was her because that's my friend. When you listen back to it, you're going to be awestruck at how almost verbatim I just said that. Trust me, I've played it over in my head 1,000,000 times. It's the #1 question I've been asked for 24 years. Did they apologize to you? I'm always awestruck when people ask that. I'm like, apologize? People that's guilty don't apologize. Now, he apologized to some degree, and I had love for him for that. Like I keep telling people, I'm not a grudge holder. I know most of y'all can't conceive of this because y'all out here holding grudges on your mama from 1900 something. I'm not her. I don't hold grudges. I don't give people free space in my prime real estate. I don't let people take up residence in my brain.
Did you ever think about changing your mind, no, Shyne? Like after seeing all this bullshit, did you ever look at this shit and say, on some real shit, I should have just told these what happened and went home?
No, that's not who I am.
Okay.
That's not who I am. You have to be honest. You have to be true to who you are, and I wouldn't have been able to live with
Even when they ain't stick by your side and all that, you didn't think twice about like, yo, these ain't even stick with me. I might as well have just told you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I never crossed my mind,
okay.
man. I'm wired different.
I think the optic is because there's been times before Diddy went in, we saw y'all together. It seemed like brotherly love, and then now it's like you're speaking out against what he's done.
But
so it's confusing people.
That's confusing people that don't know the history. And so there was actually a journalist trying to link me with Diddy in a negative way, like making it like, well, how's that gonna affect my career? I'm like, what do you mean affect my career? I don't have anything to do with that. I was locked up. He sent me to jail. Like, how all of a sudden now, why would you, how is that he's in jail now and he's going through what he's going through?
And it's gonna affect my credibility after I did a bid already. I did the bid. What are you talking about?
And he helped me he helped me to get behind
to get behind the bid. Right? But yo, do you ever get tired of
I'm
people?
like, I'm not gonna take the fall a second time. Oh, no. And that's what I was like, yo, this guy destroyed my life. So
hello and welcome back to Rumor Has It, music news and gossip, but you ain't heard it from me. This is a public ghetto announcement.
Yo, what's good, my people? It's your boy Donald J. Trump, the original OG, and I'm here with some real talk. First off, y'all know I'm running for president, and when I get in that White House, I'm flipping the script and painting it black because I'm down for my black people. Then I'm throwing a party like no other with all the fried chicken, 40 ounces, and all the gas you can consume. And don't get it twisted, I've got y'all covered on those welfare checks so my black queens can get their weaves laid and nails done. I also care about education. I keep my word and practice what I preach, you feel me? I see that gal Kamala Harris ranting and raving on TV, just running her mouth, but I'm promising 30 acres, a pit bull, and a caddy sitting on swangas for every hood. And best believe I'm lowering the price of Newports because $15 just ain't gonna cut it. Unemployment, that ain't no problem for felons like us, cause we lie, steal, wheel, and deal our way to the top. You know, they can't keep a hustler down. It really pisses me off already hearing all these other candidates running their mouths. It's time for a real nigga to be president. Who got your back? But before we get too deep into that, let me put you on game. You need to be tuning into the hottest YouTube channel out there. Rumor Has It, music, news, and gossip. If you want the juiciest, craziest, and most unfiltered celebrity news, this is the spot. Ain't nobody got the tea like we do, so stop wasting your time on those other channels that ain't got nothing but stale news. This is where you get the real dirt, the kind that leaves your jaw on the floor. But remember, you ain't heard it from me, so hit that subscribe button, fam, and get ready to have your mind blown. Rumor Has It is where the truth comes out. And trust me, you don't want to miss a beat. I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. Now, let's get it.